New evidence proves Diddy had Tupac dealt with for $1 million because the news wrote, Diddy faces questions about his alleged role in Tupac's passing after being mentioned 77 times in a new legal filing. They also shared this photo that was taken on November 18th, 1995, where Tupac was photographed with Sean Diddy Combs' baby mom, Sarah Chapman. Diddy has described Sarah as being the one, his dream girl. So when she got with Tupac, Diddy did not like it. This is what resulted in his first attempt of getting Tupac.
I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in A Vision. I only got shot once because they found the bug. The police found him, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work.
Now, his first attempt was a failure, but he would try again. In the Diddy trial, it was announced, former LAPD cop claims Diddy had Tupac dealt with for $1 million. Suge retaliated then by having Biggie dealt with, as Diddy hired a man named Keefe D to get Tupac. After 20 years, Keefe D would finally get arrested, and he would quickly snitch on Tupac, as in one police interrogation, he didn't know he was being recorded, and he confessed Diddy was the lead man of the crime.
On all 4 of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those 4 is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
As Keefe D said everything was Diddy's wish and that it was a lot easier than he thought it would be, which ties into the report of historian Jeff Pearlman, who wrote the Tupac biography, claims Tupac wasn't as tough as he portrayed and he was just playing a role, saying that he couldn't fight and didn't even know how to use a firearm.
Because he died because all these guys sold him this lifestyle idea, but he wasn't it. He couldn't fight. He had no athleticism. He didn't know how to shoot. He wasn't that guy, but he started to believe it.
He method acted it.
100% method acted it.
As even more evidence would be shared, revealing that Tupac was actually an industry plant with a job of stopping the beef between the red and blue street teams, but then got caught up in a gangster lifestyle.
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Chokwe Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be in order to appeal to gangs and politicize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Tupac Shakur. And so Tupac was just using that in order to get the and the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
These would hit news headlines extremely fast. 50 Cent would react on stage.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. You saw that? Yeah! I gotta stop doing that. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the I'm saying. I said crazy no reason. Oh wait, maybe I said it about Puffy because he got Tupac killed.
As with this going viral online, many fans would even share this very awkward interview by The Breakfast Club with Diddy, where he would be called out for being responsible for Tupac's passing.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
However, the feds would then reveal even more evidence files, and when you investigate through them, it proves that Diddy didn't act alone. In case you missed it, the news wrote, the reinvestigation at Tupac's passing is revealing new names and evidence of those involved. One new name brought up is Suge Knight. As according to the police record, it reads, Detective Russell Poole suspected that Suge Knight arranged Tupac's passing before he could exit the label, then framing the rival Blue Street team to throw off investigators investigators, which raises a very important question of who's a famous Blue team member that Suge Knight would pin Tupac's passing on, with the most famous in the world being Snoop Dogg. His file is even more interesting when you learn he was supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac on the night it occurred.
You were with Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac. I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So.
Saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
As Snoop Dogg mentions, he was supposed to be in the BMW, but after last-minute changes, he didn't go. This was likely due to an altercation Snoop had with Tupac and Suge just a few days prior.
The last time me and Tupac was on the same page, and I did an interview with Angie Martinez, and she asked me how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie, and I told her that I like their music and I want to do music with them. Bro didn't like that, Tupac didn't like that, so we had a misunderstanding. So on the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around them for what they had did, as far as I didn't let my security ride with me. So to protect myself and to prevent from happening, I slept under a blanket with the knife and the fork just in case something was to go wrong, but it didn't.
As with all of this happening within 72 hours of Tupac's passing, it made the police very suspicious. 2 decades ago, Snoop Dogg was heavily tapped into the streets with Diddy. Some speculate Snoop could have received a tip by Diddy that Tupac was going to be targeted on that night, so he avoided on getting in the car. As the feds even found another interview where Snoop claimed 2 days before the passing, he felt like Tupac hated him.
I say a week before he died, we was best of friends. 2 days before he died, I don't think he liked me.
Why?
Because we was in New York, and it happened. New York, they shot at me and did all kind of shit to me, like just the worst you could think of, and I forgave him. And went and did an interview and was asked, how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I was like, I like them. I want to do some music with them. And I just rubbed Cuz the wrong way, like tried to me, out at you, and you talking about you want to do a song with them. I wasn't thinking about his emotions. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked his music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. There's video footage of all of us hanging out.
But with the police questioning Diddy, they would have to create an entire evidence file on exactly how Tupac passed away, as Keefe D would share every single detail, and here's what he said. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with the head of his record label named Suge Knight. The two were off to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, as after it was over, they spotted an op in the lobby of the arena.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and 2 of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and beat him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
However, Keefe D would later expose the op that they spotted in the lobby of the arena was actually planted there to be a scout, looking for Diddy and waiting for him to leave, that way they could see what car they get into. Security broke up the altercation between Tupac, Suge, and the ops. Tupac and Suge headed back to their hotel to change, then off to a club to go party it up at around 11 p.m. With the ops knowing what car they were driving, they tailed them for the entire drive. As when the two began driving to the club, things would go down right in the middle of the street. When Tupac got stopped at a red light, the ops knew this was their chance.
Knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
With the case being cold for over 2 decades, Keefe D would then share everything, such as the moments of finding Tupac and literally pulling up on him to do the crime.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat?
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac?
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. He was supposed to go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac?
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
He would then even explain how it happened so fast, all because Tupac was seen starting to reach for his own firearm, which led into the man sitting in the back seat of Keefe D's car doing the crime.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually...
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started at Tupac and Suge.
As while Keefe D explained the entire passing, he would then share his own reaction to it, wishing that it never happened.
Yeah, I hate it happened, dog. You know, I really do, man. Cause it took a lot of people's lives, dude. Hate it happened. Probably to God. I feel they should, you know, that was wrong, man. It was just wrong, purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. Wish it never happened, dude.
With Keefe D now going viral online, sharing the truth about Tupac's passing, he would want to capitalize off it. He would then release a never-before-seen police interrogation on the night it happened, where police knew that he was involved, but still just let him go.
Lane starts you say Suge looks over, he sees you?
Yeah.
He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looks at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, you know, Tupac's busy getting evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of
in the
line.
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window.
But this is where the story gets very weird. The police created a second file on Tupac, but this time with evidence relating to him still being alive. Now let me explain, because even Suge Knight said it himself. He revealed Tupac was apparently doing fine in the hospital before passing. He said in quote, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking. So I don't see how someone can turn from doing so well to doing bad."
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I would say this, Pac, you never know.
But what's weird about this is that Tupac was supposedly in a very deep sleep when arriving to the hospital. So how in the world would he and Suge be laughing if Tupac was unconscious? It doesn't seem to add up. However, in a 2008 interview, Suge Knight said the exact same thing, that Tupac was alive and living well.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.
But what's even crazier is, there's another artist in the game that says Tupac is still alive. Meet the rapper named Tretch. Tretch and Tupac were very close friends back in the day. They even worked on a few albums together, but here's where it gets weird. Tretch was interviewed on the topic of Tupac before a concert. Tretch responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba, but he only said this after he saw the interviewer placing his camera onto the floor and turning the mics off, or so he thought."
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.
Then, only 2 weeks later, a video was released onto a news website showing a video of Tupac supposedly chilling in a parking lot inside of Cuba.
Zoom in. That's Pac, man. He was the outlaw. And Reg from Holler Back just trying to be friendly and get autographs.
Holla back exclusive, baby. Holla back.
But the weirdest of them all is what happened to Suge Knight Jr., Suge's son. In 2018, Suge Knight Jr. took it to Instagram stating that Tupac was still alive and living in Malaysia. After Suge Jr. posted this, he then posted another photo to Instagram showing a text conversation where someone said, "You have said too much, it's now time for you to go." Suge Jr. began posting several photos of Tupac alongside modern-day celebrities like 50 Cent and Beyonce. He made it seem like someone was going after him for leaking all this info, as on the photo with Tupac and Beyonce, he captioned it, "He never left us, but they'll be after me soon." While some believe it was a publicity stunt for Suge Jr. to gain social media clout, others believe that it was all factual. Suge Jr. would be the one to know more about the case than anyone else in the world, considering who his father is, but Suge Knight Jr. has also not posted on social media since doing this, mysteriously disappearing from online. But comment down below what you believe. Did Diddy have Tupac dealt with, or is Tupac still alive? And leave a like on the video if you missed Tupac.